Hey friend, and welcome to this brief little study and sharing on why I think Muhammad of Islam is a terrible role model. Now, I am a Christian and a pastor, and so I firmly believe in the Bible, and I firmly believe that Jesus was more than just a prophet, but he was the Son of God. This is what I believe. And so I don't think Muhammad is a good role model. I believe Jesus is the best role model. And I think that great missionary Paul, he's also an awesome role model too, after his conversion. Now, I'm going to give some background on Muhammad. Muhammad is revealed as the final prophet in Islam. He was born in Mecca around 570 CE, and he received revelations from Allah, which is God, through the angel Gabriel, which form the basis of the Quran, which is Islam's holy book. He unified the Arabian Peninsula under Islam and established the foundation of one of the world's major monotheistic religions. Muhammad is considered by Muslims as a model of piety, compassion, and moral conduct in Islam, and his teachings guide the faith of believers and guide the faith and beliefs, his teachings and the practices. As a Christian, I believe that Muhammad is a terrible role model, and he did not model compassion and good moral conduct at all in my view. And so here are several reasons why I believe Muhammad is a terrible role model. Number one, violence and conquest. Muhammad led military campaigns, including the conquest of Mecca, which involved battles and conflicts. And this militarism is contrary to Jesus' teachings of peace and nonviolence. Secondly, conquest of Christian territories. During Muhammad's lifetime and in the years following his death, Islamic armies conquered territories that were historically Christian. This is evidence of Islam's expansion through conquest rather than peaceful means, and I believe that is a big turnoff to me and Islam. And I remember as well how they've angered a lot of other religions for taking over territory. I remember how in one of my studies and lessons you'll see about Hinduism, and many Hindus do not view Islam favorably because of their conquests and destruction of temples. Now, the third point is the treatment of enemies. Muhammad ordered the execution of individuals who opposed him or criticized Islam. Muhammad was harsh and unforgiving compared to Jesus. And Jesus' teachings were always about forgiveness and love and respect. This is my Jesus. And so it's a very diametrically opposed Jesus versus Muhammad. Next would be the treatment of the Jews. Another reason why I don't believe Muhammad was a good role model. There were conflicts between Muhammad and Jewish communities in Arabia, and this is evidence of his or Muhammad's intolerance and hostility towards other faiths, especially the Jews. And then another reason why I don't think he is a good role model is his treatment of critics. Muhammad dealt firmly with those who mocked or opposed him, including ordering the assassination of poets who ridiculed him. Muhammad was an authoritarian, intolerant bigot. Now, marriages. What about marriages do I not like about Muhammad and that faith, Islam? Muhammad, he had multiple wives, including marrying a prepubescent girl named Aisha. Now, he was like in his 50s, okay? And he's with like a 9-year-old. So you had a 50-plus-year-old man marrying a little girl, plus having many other wives, and being intimate with this little girl. It's atrocious. The whole thing just screams pedophile to me. I know I'm not into following pedophiles. I'm not into following someone like that. Now you may argue, well, it was culturally acceptable in his day. I don't care what was culturally acceptable in his day. I don't want to follow a man who finds little children attractive. It's not something I want to follow. It's not a person I want to follow. Now the seventh reason why I'm not motivated to follow Muhammad is for examining his motivations. He had poor motivations. Looking at his life, Muhammad had a few evil motivations behind his Islamic expansion. The first one is financial motivation. Muhammad required 20% of the spoils who fought infidels in war to be sent to him. And so he loved money. He wanted money. And so he got that from his followers and got that from his conquest. Secondly, sexual motivation. His power and teachings basically permitted multiple wives and varying ages. So his teachings, his philosophies, and his projected power gained to him a lot of women. And so he was having sex with a lot of women, and he had many wives, and so he had a sexual motivation. Thirdly, he had a power motivation. Muhammad, he engaged in battle conquests and gained more resources and put more people under his influence. And so these are the collection and sum total of reasons why I don't like Muhammad and I don't want to follow Islam. Now, the life of the Christian apostle and missionary Paul was very different. If I was to compare Paul to Muhammad, I would very much like to follow Paul and Jesus Christ. Paul, he worked as a tent maker to support himself, and he didn't want money that was offered to him. Paul was celibate, and he taught heterosexual monogamous marriage. So see, he himself decided to be single and to follow the will of the Lord and be that way, but he also advocated for people to choose heterosexual monogamous relationship between one man and one woman till death do them part. Not many women, not many men. Now, Paul, he endured suffering and execution. He didn't rule with armies and he didn't go to war. Paul was a Christian soldier with a heart filled with love to win souls to the truth, not to punish or exact or to capture people and to hurt them and kill them. No, that was not Paul, and that was definitely not Jesus. Jesus' message of self-denial, peace, love, and monogamous heterosexual marriage proves to me that Jesus Christ is the best role model, and the followers the same. Paul and the others, great role models. Muhammad and the rest, not so much. And so I hope you like this video. If you like this video, like it, subscribe, and share it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. May God bless you until we study again.